You are ready to take off to your destination when the flight displays board says that your flight has been cancelled or delayed. At first you will feel disappointed and frustrated, but not necessarily surprised because it happens every now and then. It's your aviator Captain Austine, and I will be discussing about causes of flight delays, when to get a refund for your ticket, and also when to sue the airline for the damages they have caused you as a result of these delays.
Back at BWI, Gina gives some bad news to some Buffalo passengers.
All right, all passengers, your estimated time of departure is 9:16 and estimated time of arrival into Buffalo is 10:20. We do apologize about the inconvenience, but it is due to weather and we cannot control the weather, unfortunately. Thank you.
Mr. Singh is on his way to a friend's wedding and isn't taking the news well.
And I missed my dinner. Somebody's home. It's a big party. I missed my party.
Unfortunately, sir, like I was telling you before, when it's due to weather, it's out of our control.
Okay, give me manager.
I'm the highest that you get, sir. And I'm not going to compensate you when it's a weather delay. There is a manager, but he is tied up at the moment, sir. That's
Bring him here. Bring him here right now. I'll make a scene here. Then if you don't bring him,
he's tied up at the moment, sir.
Operating an airline is challenging in so many different levels of operation due to foreseen and unforeseen circumstances. There are factors under the direct control of the airlines, such as aircraft turnaround between flights, passenger punctuality, technical and crew performance. On the other hand, there are perhaps even more factors that are beyond the control of the airlines, such as weather, airport security and operations, and air traffic control. But the reality is such that as long as airplanes continue to fly, flight delays is going to be part of the experience. And according to the Bureau of Statistics, 20% of flights are delayed for 15 minutes or more. Now, let's talk about the reasons for the cancellations and delays. The first one is air traffic control restrictions. Back in the 80s, air passenger traffic has grown from 500 million to well over 3 billion passengers in 1 year. The implication is that there are lots of aircraft flying in the sky, taking passengers to their destination, and this traffic is concentrated in a handful of hubs such as New York, London, Paris, and Dubai. Longer flights also come with more regulations and restrictions, with airlines often changing their routes at last minute due to weather and jet stream problems. Furthermore, certain countries of the world do not get the same radar coverage like the advanced countries, and this forces the air traffic controller to require more time between takeoff and landing to ensure there is adequate safety. In case you are wondering, anytime your flight is delayed or cancelled due to air traffic restrictions, if you will be eligible for a refund. Not at all, because it wasn't the responsibility of the airline but the airport authority. Another reason for your flight delays or cancellation is adverse weather condition. In the time past, we have experienced series of air crashes due to poor weather condition. And as a rule of thumb in aviation, you have to respect the weather so that the weather will respect you. When we talk about adverse conditions, we are talking about those extreme conditions that will impact the performance of the flights, which are tornadoes, blizzards, hurricanes, and extreme poor visibility. However, you are not entitled to get a refund by delays caused by weather problems, because it's not the fault of the airline. Another reason for the delay could be technical problems. Apart from the routine maintenance that must be carried out on the aircraft from time to time, there is another daily routine inspection that must be conducted on the aircraft before it takes off. It could be that at the time of this inspection, a fault was detected, and this fault must be fixed. The aircraft must be certified to be airworthy before it can fly. If they don't succeed in fixing this problem at the scheduled time, you will certainly get a delay message or even a cancellation depending on the situation. But I think you will agree with me that it is better to discover this problem and get it fixed when the aircraft is still on ground. But then again, you can ask for your refund or file for a compensation in a delay or cancellation that resulted from technical problem. Delay and cancellation can be caused by flight preparation. Preparing an aircraft for a flight is a serious business, and any mistake can lead to a disastrous consequence. Usually the flight is scheduled to take place at a stipulated time, but little delays can come from refueling, cleaning, and catering services. Hence, for delays that are connected to flight preparations, you are eligible to get your refund or even sue for compensation. Another reason for the delay could be operational delay. the aircraft that is supposed to operate your route may have been delayed in the previous route it operated. And the airlines will always try to maximize the utilization of their aircraft, hence they will make you guys to wait. It is also important to state that the rotational delay does not automatically exonerate the airline from paying for the compensation or refunding the money for the ticket. In conclusion, we can see that some of the reasons for these delays and cancellations are inevitable, but always have it at the back of your mind that it is the responsibility of the airline to ensure you get to your destination safely. But in the event when the airline is at fault, the ball is on your court. You can always ask for a refund or better still, a compensation. That is it for today with flight cancellations and delays. It's your aviator Captain Austine. See you next week for another interesting presentation. Bye.